Welcome back to SGE TV. Now that the end of the school year is approaching, it is SGE crunch time. There are a lot of applications that have opened up, and that means that the deadlines for submitting your application are on the horizon.
Remember, you must submit a complete SGE application in order to be considered for a program. Submitting only parts of the application means you will not be accepted to that program. Remember, if your application contains paper hard copies, you need to submit those to the SGE being in the CAST office.
And most important, remember that our special SGE challenge is for students to participate. I said participate in at least 4 or more SGEs this summer. You can only participate in 4 or more SGEs if you apply to 4 or more SGEs. So keep that SGE application motivation going throughout April.
Now, let's make sure you got the answers correct to this week's quiz. Question 1 asked, what must you always put on your letter of recommendation request form? I hope you all are remembering to put your name, C, on your letter of recommendation request forms. That's how staff know who to actually complete the form for.
Let's move on to the next question. True or false? It is a good idea to ask your teacher for a recommendation in the middle of class.
False. That's right. False. You can ask your teacher before or after class for a letter of recommendation to an SGE.
True or false? You should keep asking the same teacher for a letter of recommendation if possible.
True. This way, the teacher just has to change a few details like the name of the program. This means you're not bothering multiple teachers with the task of each writing a page-long recommendation on your behalf. Alright, I'm ready to get started. Since it's the beginning of April, soon it will be time to start hearing back about acceptances or denials from SGEs.
That's right, Lindria. Some SGEs will let you know you are accepted by sending you a letter in the mail. Most SGEs, though, will email you to let you know if you have been accepted. Students, it is very important that you check your email on a daily basis to see if SGEs have followed up with you. If you do receive an email stating you have been accepted into a program, please forward that email to your advisor and Mrs. McCain so they can document accordingly.
Since this is such an important topic today, we are going to focus on a really important part of the SGE process, communicating professionally with SGEs.
Let's start with the phone. Sometimes you might have to call an SGE. Calling an SGE might be the quickest way to get answers if you have questions about the application or questions about being accepted. Let's take a look back at the do's and don'ts of making a professional phone call.
Do state your name, your school, and the reason you're calling. Always say please and thank you. Do ask clarifying questions to make sure you understand everything you need to. Let's listen to a student as they show us what a professional phone call sounds like.
Hi, this is Raya Shanice Trahan. I am a student at the Soulsville Charter School, and I'm wondering if you received my application for the Labana Volunteer Program.
Okay, let me check. Can I put you on hold?
Sure, thank you.
It looks like we're missing your 500-word application essay.
The 500-word application essay? I emailed it to the address provided on the form. Could you check it one more time?
Sure. Oh, actually it looks like we have it. You should be hearing back from us in about 2 weeks.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.
That was a great example of a professional phone conversation, which will also be important in senior seminar when you have to follow up on college and scholarship applications. She was professional, polite, and asked clarifying questions. Notice that even though she was pretty sure she had turned in the essay, she stayed polite and calm the entire time. Great work.
Next, we'll watch another student draft a professional email. Before we do so, there are some important tips for drafting a professional email. Make sure you include a subject with the main reason why you are writing. Greet the person you are writing to by saying something like dear or good morning. State your name, your school, and why you are writing in a polite manner. Close by saying sincerely or thank you and sign your full name.
I am drafting an email to the Business Majors Awareness Program, aka BMAP, asking them when I will hear back about my application. I make sure to sign into my professional TSCS email address, which is kiana.morgan@tscsmemphis.org, to send this email. First, I will start by adding a subject, which is Alabama ACAP application question. Then I'll start with a greeting. Good morning. My name is Kiana Morgan. I am a student at the Soulsville Charter School. I recently applied to the Business Majors Awareness Program. for this summer. I was wondering when we would find out we have been accepted to the program. I look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely, Kiana Morgan.
Thanks. That was the perfect professional email. Students, no matter how you choose to communicate with your SGE program, make sure that you do so in a polite manner so you represent yourself well and make sure yourself and even more competitive candidates. If you are writing an email, it is always a good idea to have a teacher or your advisor read it for spelling or grammar errors before sending it off.
All right, Shamar, it's time for our last tip of the day. Writing thank you notes.
That's right, Lindrill. By this time, you have probably had one or two teachers write a letter of recommendation for your program that you are applying to. That is a lot of work for that teacher.
Exactly. Do you know that they write a page-long letter on your behalf to show them that you appreciate their time and effort? It is a great idea to write a thank you note acknowledging the teacher and all the help they gave you on their application. Even after high school, sending a thank you email or note after scholarship or job interviews make a big impression.
These thank you notes don't have to be fancy. Simply write a few heartfelt sentences on a piece of paper. You can give them the note in person or put it in their mailbox in the main office. Either way, you will be sure to stand out as a grateful student and leave a great impression.
Thanks for watching and learning about best practices for following up with SGE programs and writing thank you notes. These are life skills that will serve you well no matter the post-secondary pathway you choose after high school. Thanks for watching and see you next week.